Now I am going to tell you how to do shading, which is the first technique will be to give a wash. Wash, as it means literally, is to remove something. So first you apply the color directly, thickly, and then as the area progresses, you keep diluting your brush with water and just start filling the area. So first 1 or 2 times you will be loading the brush with paint. After that you will only be filling it with water. You will be diluting it with water. So you will be washing the existing thick color so that you will get different shades and tones of the same color. So this technique is used to produce three-dimensional effect, say for the skin or any fruits or any live object. See, now I've stopped taking paint. I'm just loading the brush with more and more water, and I'm trying to use up the leftover paint in the brush. I'm not taking any more fresh paint. So this way the paint will disappear into the white space on the paper. If you feel the paint is thick in one area and thin in another area, just slightly wash that paint and blend it with the adjacent area. To give a much better 3D effect, what you can do is, to give a rounded effect, you can take some more thick paint and fill it on the other edge of the apple as well. So that way you will get a feeling of a round object, something solid. The main idea here is the paint should not stick out in any place. It should just blend with the area adjacent to it. So that's the main skill about these shading techniques. So for this you have to be very quick, otherwise the paint will dry and blending might become difficult. Though it may not be so difficult on a Tanjore board, but if you're doing on a paper, you have to be very quick, because the tendency of the paper to absorb water is more than the board. So the paint will quickly dry. Similarly, I am using the same technique to fill out the leaf. Just blend it. Just pull the paint from the area where it is thick and blend it with the area adjacent to it. You will get that 3D effect. So for this stalk, I am just filling the color flat or just as it comes. Maybe you can just make it darker at the top and leave it like that. So that way this will also get a 3D effect. So this time I am going to show you the wash technique for 2 colors, that is one color on one color. So initially I am filling it with lemon yellow. So the first layer would be, I've taken thick and fresh paint. Just fill it like this, and before the paint dries, start blending it. While the paint is still wet, just pull the paint to the adjacent area. Now that the paint is very thick, you don't have to take any more paint. Just use the existing paint and keep diluting it, or rather keep washing it, and fill it to the adjacent areas. So when you've come to the end of the area, you can completely clean the brush like this and just fill it so that there is very less paint in that area, so it will almost mix with the white surface behind. And before moving on to the next color, just let this completely dry. Or at least partially dry, and then move on to the second color to be applied on top of this color. We'll apply that also as a wash. So just apply this green color. Now I am going to just dilute this color. If you still feel that you want to extend the color to larger area, then slowly take little more paint and give a heavier wash of it. So now I'll just wash this green and blend it with the yellow behind it. Just make sure that the paint doesn't stick out as lines in any place. Just blend it with the adjacent surface. So this gives the feel of a half-ripe mango.